Film brings you the ability to escape to another reality, completely submerge yourself into new life for a few hours. Since the start of motion picture film, people have used its ability to capture real life to document the moments of everyday life. Once people grasp this idea, what film can actually do, it moved to movement as almost art, pure expression of people. Audiences of all kinds use film as a way to escape their lives in a different place. Film since the beginning has been an important part of people's lives. By being able to document life, create art, and express themselves, even use it as a place to escape from everyday troubles. Since the start of film, the early 1900s, people started seeing motion picture film. It started as a lot of short clips of trains and people working, just again, sort of showing everyday life. Towards 1912, the first full-length films were shown. They were silent and again about everyday life. That's from James Monaco, How to Read a Film. He goes through and explaining what kind of these first films were, which were just very basic, kind of showing what people did every day. This was the start of people really documenting life and how to show people, what we all do. And people could send these films to other places to show what we're doing in the North and South. It was a good way to kind of communicate our everyday lives. Nowadays, people use video to capture almost everything. I mean, we have speeches on film and every kind of situation, wars, and it's a good way to show news and what's going on in the world. Film can present itself in a very realistic way because it's shown in real time, and for the most part we think it's unedited because we're capturing real life events. It can be trusted, can be part of the news and everything. And from David Bordwell from Film Art, he says, documentaries present themselves as factual and trustworthy. We do believe, when we see video, that it is real life. It is what's actually happening. Although film is used as a factual and visual way to show the world its own events, people since the beginning of it started, manipulating it to use it as art and self-expression. Film combines so many features of art into one collaborative place. I mean, you have visual aesthetics, sound, songs, costume design, set design, and so much more. And it gets together in this one, pretty much an art project. And one example that I really like is it's an early German expressionism film called The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Some of the most influential films of the period. And from The Theory of Film by Siegfried Krautkauer, says films must be drawings brought to life. And that really explains kind of the way that people view film as art. We have these ideas in our heads that we like to express and make something completely new. And that's a small example, and I'll pass this around. This right here is a small, quick cut from The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, and it shows how they use light and shadows to really kind of express an idea and emotion, so I'll bring that over. There you go. Film always allows you to use many different techniques of art to create something completely new that hasn't been seen before. From different stories, different techniques, everything really can be innovative, and film can be a completely new set of art all the time. And beyond that, and beyond more Hollywood-style films where they have a lot of big productions, more independent films and even single, one filmmaker films can be used as very direct, personal expression. And beyond that, film creates an escape for people when they need it most. They are able to enter into a new world that doesn't involve their real-world problems. A big part of this was brought in World War II, actually. And this is again from Monaco. It brought in, they called it the golden age of film, where people had to escape the problems of, wartime problems, family deaths, depression, money problems, all these things. So you start to go into the films, go to theaters and watch these things. Just kind of escape for a while. You get to live in a whole new world, be happy, a romantic story. It just gives you a place to unwind for a while. And again, the Great Depression actually started a whole movement of film that was much more positive, and a lot of the biggest stories came out at that time. A lot of love stories too, because people needed something to get their mind off things and get into this whole new realm and think about what's really important in life. And I think that's really important, that people just, it is an escape. It is something for you to do and be a part of something else and really dive into it to escape your problems. Even nowadays, people go to movies and enter a whole new world. I mean, you think about how many problems we all have. We go to a movie, we can pretend to be someone else or be somewhere else for a while. And it's a really good escape. Film has always been and will always be a huge part of our lives. We capture the most important events of our world, or even personal events, family movies, and we can watch them for, honestly, ever and ever. You can always watch them and learn from them. Film can also be a great tool to express yourself in an artistic world. You can collaborate with others and create a whole new vision, a whole new artistic project. And beyond that, very importantly, film is one of the newest and untapped mediums of visuals. It allows us to escape from our problems into another world, be a part of something else, and really unwind, be happy for a while. It has been part of our lives for most of us always. Since we've grown up, we watch films and TV shows and whatnot. It's so many things, and I have a feeling it will be around for a long time.